I'm gonna cry. Okay. Whew. I want to talk about my friend Karine. You got to come up here. So I just want to take the opportunity to celebrate and congratulate my friend, my colleague, my partner in truth, Karine Jean-Pierre, the next White House press secretary.
Opportunity
to give you another
to
hug.
say that. Okay. We were doing a lot of crying,
Yeah.
so I'm trying not to do it now.
Love you, Jen. Love you. Love you. I promise not to cry again, so that's it.
We're doing a lot
We
of
already
crying
cried.
earlier.
We already cried.
Sorry to see you go.
Are you?
Yes, and you've always been a good sport.
Thank
And
you.
So
As
on
have you.
behalf of everybody, thank you
Thank
for
you.
everything.
Thank you.
And can't wait to see you up there, Karine. So you guys, these activists posted a map with the home addresses of the Supreme Court justices. Is that the kind of thing this president wants to help your side make their point?
Look, I think the president's view is that there's a lot of passion. We obviously want people's privacy to be respected. We want people to protest peacefully if they want to protest. That is certainly what the president's view would be.
So he doesn't care if they're protesting outside the Supreme Court or outside someone's private residence?
I don't have an official U.S. government position on where people protest. We want it, of course, to be peaceful.
And Secretary of Education, Miguel Cardona, where are you, Miguel?
Yeah, where is my?
He says there he is. He's educating people in the back. There you go.
Did you say Naomi too? Naomi?
I didn't see Naomi.
She's over here. How can you miss her?
Well, I tell you what, Naomi, how are you? That's my granddaughter, our eldest granddaughter.
And her fiance.
And I can't see.
And Peter.
And Peter. You all have to know all this, you know, it's really important. Secretary of Interior, Deb Haaland. Where's Deb?
Yesterday you were talking from the podium, the Fed chair during his press conference as well, about the strength of the economy,
Yeah.
the possibility for a soft landing. Today it's a little bit of a different story. The stock market is down more than 1,000 points. A CNBC survey shows 80% of small business owners see a recession in the next 12 months. So I'm wondering if the White House took note of the market rout today and what, if anything, it signals about the health of the underlying economy.
We certainly understand that in terms of consumer confidence, and I don't know what this small business data looked at, it may be that people see costs, they see the stock market. We understand that when you're measuring people's emotions or people's reaction, that's what that captures, but we're still looking at the basic fundamentals, as are many economists on the outside, including Jason Furman and others. Go ahead.
At least they're feeling, and they don't feel good about it. Can you tell the American people that we're not headed for a recession?
I can tell the American people that we are much better positioned when it comes to that recession question than pretty much any other advanced economy I've seen. But probably more importantly,
Wait,
I
so
can tell the American people.
You can't rule it out, is what I'm
hearing.
Hold
on, let me. You can never rule anything out. So that's not really a relevant question.
Yesterday you were asked, I know that you guys have been the White House has been heavily focused on the substance, obviously, as it relates, and that's the biggest impact on Americans broadly, but that you were asked about the leak itself, and given the historic nature of the leak, which was so unprecedented, as you acknowledged, you said, I don't think we have a particular view on that other than to say that we certainly note the historic, or unprecedented, nature of it. Why wouldn't the White House condemn this leak? Are there any concerns? Do you have concerns about the sort of further politicization of one of the branches of government?
Have you ever reported anything that's been leaked to you?
I am, and you guys have criticized leaks before as it's been provided. So you've criticized in the past. Why not criticize this leak?
Again, because I think what is happening here, and what we think is happening here, is there is an effort to distract from what the actual issue here, which is the fundamental rights. I don't think they're at the same level. We don't think they're at the same level.
So they're not at the same level, but would you agree that it's still worthy of condemnation?
Well, look, I think there has been a call for an investigation by leaders of the Supreme Court.
Here is one proposal, $10,000 maximum cap. You get relief if you make $125,000 a year, or $150,000 for a couple. Could go as high as $300,000 for a couple. It's a lot of income now. So here is what a former Obama Education Department lawyer said. Call 42. If the issue is litigated, he argues, the more persuasive analysis tend to support the conclusion that the executive branch likely does not have the unilateral authority to engage in mass student debt cancellation. So maybe that's a part of Joe Biden's calculation why he hasn't done it just yet, because it would be challenged in court and maybe you lose.
So you guys spent some time yesterday talking about what you think are the extreme wings of the Republican Party. Do you think the progressive activists that are now planning protests outside some of the justices' houses are extreme?
Peaceful protest? No, peaceful protest is not extreme.
Some of these justices have young kids. Their neighbors are not all public figures. So would the president think about waving off activists that want to go into residential neighborhoods in Virginia and Maryland?
Peter, look, I think our view here is that peaceful protest, there's a long history in the United States and the country of that. And we certainly encourage people to keep it peaceful.
The church was just vandalized with pro-abortion slogans in Colorado. It just happened recently. Is the White House aware of that, first of all?
I have not seen that report. Obviously, we don't condone vandalism. We condone peaceful protest.
Retired in Catholic churches, especially when it involves Roe. That's what they're basically focusing on.
Again, we don't condone vandalism. We condone peaceful protest. I'm going to move on. Go ahead.
Will the president respect the High Court's final
I think we're moving on. Go ahead.
So, Jen,
Go ahead. Okay, last one. Go ahead. Sir, I think I've taken 2 questions from you, so I'm going to take a question over here. Go ahead.
In the wake of the draft Supreme Court decision, Texas Governor Abbott indicated that Texas may seek to overturn the 1982 Supreme Court decision that found that states were required to offer free public education to all students, including the children of undocumented immigrants. Does the White House have any response to those comments from Abbott?
Well, that's ultra MAGA right there, the president talked about yesterday. We're talking about, I think, just to restate that, denying public education to kids, including immigrants to this country. I mean, that is not a mainstream point of view.
First of all, congratulations to both you and Karine.
I appreciate I'm getting congratulations. I guess it's so that I can sleep and read books, and I'm taking all of the recommendations. Huge congratulations, really, to Karine. Yes, thank you, though.
Can you tell us your plans now that you have a successor?
I have nothing to announce on my plans, other than, as I said earlier, to sleep, to read books.
The president's position on choice has evolved over time, so just checking for his official position. Does he support any limits on abortion right now?
Peter, the president has spoken, has talked about his position many times. He supports the right of a woman to make choices about her own body with her doctor.
But I know that one of the Democrats that he endorsed and who won their primary this week, Tim Ryan, said yesterday that he does not support any limits on abortion. Is that where the president's thinking is now?
The president has stated his view many times.
So does the president support abortion up until the moment of birth?
The president has spoken about this many times, Peter, and I would refer you to his own comments about abortion and a woman's right to choose and make decisions about her body with her doctor, which is what any of those women would do. Go ahead.
Jen, does President Biden support Leader Schumer's strategy to hold a vote next week on abortion rights, even though the votes are not there, that it's doomed to fail?
We certainly are working in lockstep and closely with Leader Schumer. Obviously, we have stated, and the president's statement the other day made clear that he did not feel we had the votes at this point in time, but certainly providing a moment for people to voice their view and voice their strong opposition to overturning Roe v. Wade is something we support Leader Schumer doing.
I guess the fact that there are only so many moments, obviously, that exist right now and only so much political capital in this moment. So, I mean, doesn't it highlight divisions within the party? A not too dissimilar vote back in February had only 46 votes. Are there any concerns about that? Is this the best use of time for this administration, given all the urgent needs on COVID funding, the Ukraine funding that you're looking for and beyond?
Well, certainly we think that Congress should move forward on all of those objectives, but having a vote and allowing people to voice their view and voice their support for what he would like to see and his interest in moving an immigration bill forward. I would say the bill he put forward on his first day in office, he very much thinks could be a bipartisan bill. It includes smarter security, something everybody should support. It includes efforts to fix our asylum processing system, to protect DACA recipients. Those are all steps and components that have had bipartisan support in the past, so he continues to see that as a model.
Has he reached out to any Republican senators, Senator Tillis, Senator Cornyn, on this topic?
I don't have any individual calls or engagements to read out. I would just tell you